Well, good afternoon, Golden Bears. We have come to that time of the year when I'm asked to give the State of Tech address. I would first like to make a couple of updates as we move very swiftly toward the end of the semester. First, I'd like to tell you that I am in Carter Hall, and I have the pleasure of looking back into this room and seeing our wonderful homecoming court, which will be announced, introduced, and we will crown the Queen and the King at the end of this ceremony. But I would like to thank each of those young men and women and all that they give to this campus and to make us a better place to be. So thank you. And it's so nice to have you to look at instead of just the pictures. So I'm glad you're here. There's been some questions around the access to campus after we go home on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. The library will be open on Tuesday, but a shorter length of time. So you'll need to go in and look at your emails as we will move those dates and times along as we know them. The library then will be closed until the next Monday. And then it will be open for the next 2 weeks until December the 11th. Times and dates, again, will have to be adjusted, not only for the needs of the campus and your needs, but also for the needs of the number of students that we have are able to work. There's also been a question about faculty. Do they have access to the campus? Of course they do. You will have, all the faculty and staff will have access to the campus. You have keys. Some of the buildings may be locked, but you have keys to get into your building and into your offices. The only thing I ask that if you are coming to campus, just like we've done all along, do your wellness check. Please make sure that you track the days you are here, the hours, and who you had contact with. This is just in case we would have to do any contact tracing. And last, but very important, on October the 27th, we have started our registration for our wonderful veterans. And on Wednesday, November the 4th, we will start registration for the rest of our campus. Please get registered. We need you to register. We want to see all of you back here next semester. And so if you have problems, make sure you call your advisor and get that straightened out. If you have a problem, can't get hold of an advisor or something, let us know. We will help you find and resolve your problem. So I look forward to seeing each and every student that is not graduating to be back at Tech next semester. Now, each of you know I don't like giving speeches and don't think I'm a very good speaker, but I do like to talk. And so let's just talk about the state of WVU Tech. As you know, we've been living for the last 8 months in a very different year. And when I say different, I mean different, not just a little bit, but gigantic. Last year, we had a great start. We had an increase in enrollment, an increase in retention, and a beautiful fall, a wonderful Christmas party, a great break between semesters, a mild winter, and then came March. We had not heard about the issue. We had heard about the issues with the pandemic, but it wasn't and really affecting us in any way at that point. Within a 2-week period, all of our lives, personal and professional, changed. The women's basketball team had just won the first round of their national tournament, and the men's basketball team was getting ready to take the floor for the first game of the national championship. Both teams were in South Dakota. The announcement came, the tournament was stopped, and everyone had to go back to their respective campuses. The WVU system had made the decision to go online and send everyone home. We had our athletes in South Dakota, and they did not feel comfortable getting on a plane. So thanks to Gina and the athletic department, we found buses, and they took that 16-hour trip back to Tech. They were heartbroken and confused, and all of us were a little scared. We got everybody home safely. Faculty went online with very little time to prepare, but just like we always have expected of Golden Bears, we made it work. The planning of what to do started the very next day after we sent everyone home, and it continues as we speak. The information we were receiving about the pandemic changed on a regular basis. We all have learned to Zoom, Teams, and conference. We've found a way to be as productive as possible from home. Families that had always left in the morning for work and school found themselves at home, dealing with work and teaching children from home. Some did it well, some not so well, but everybody began to adapt to a very different situation. Parents appreciated teachers more. Fathers and mothers appreciated each other, what they had done. And being with children for 24 hours a day meant adjusting your schedules and in some cases, your attitude. The outdoors became a central part of many homes. And those of us that are fortunate enough to live in West Virginia began to appreciate the blessing this very small and beautiful state is. The main campus has been so supportive about our needs. Please don't forget that as we work our way through this pandemic, we have received everything that we have needed and asked for. We have ample PPEs, testing materials, plexiglass, and the IT materials that are needed. This is not true in all the schools in higher ed. We have truly been treated as one as we have faced this situation together. I can never say enough about my administrative staff and how they have worked hours and hours to get ready for this fall semester. What made this work even harder is that the target would change, not just every day, but sometimes every hour. We were dealing with a situation that no one in our generation had ever had to deal with, and with a disease that we knew very little. Even today, we learn more, and in some cases, more confused about the way this disease moves and infects. Our facility crew has learned to clean differently. We are using social distancing, wipes, and masks. We've had to postpone events, adjust events and classroom activities, reinvent other activities, and continue to isolate in some manners. But just like moving a campus, dealing with a train wreck that caused us to evacuate a campus, and threats that WVU Tech was not able to survive, we have. And not only have we survived, we are doing well, and I believe will thrive in the years to come. Our enrollment's down a little, but not near as much as people had predicted. We're on campus, in class, doing that in person. We are playing sports, holding club meetings, hearing campus meetings, and planning for the future. Now that sounds normal, but it is far from that compared to what people around us are doing. Many of those things have had to be modified, and many others in higher ed are not happening at all. The students, faculty, and staff have followed the rules. We've had our hiccups, but very few, and we have adjusted and moved on. Because of your great work, we will start the spring semester in person. And I have no doubt that we will meet whatever challenges are before us with the same thoughtfulness, patience, and resolve that we have this semester. Now, Let's talk about our faculty, staff, and students. First, let's talk about IT. These are the gentlemen who gets called to help us when our computer goes down, does some weird things, crashes, when the camera or the sound doesn't work, when you get peculiar emails, and when you need something streamed and it doesn't. This group of people have gone above and beyond in every way of getting us ready for classes, helping all of us to learn a new way of work and teach, finding novel ways to make things work that really shouldn't, helping students make sure they can connect to the teaching and the tools they need to be successful. Mike Webb leads this group with Cody, Charlie, and Doug. We can never thank them enough for the great job they have done and continue to do. Let me say a great big thank you to the facility crew. They have worked hard in all of the areas to make our campus as safe as possible. And that campus continues to be safe and attractive. This group is led by Rob Moyers, and his expertise has been invaluable as we have moved through this process. But today, I'd like to recognize two of our facility staff that not only went above and beyond, but because of their quick action, saved a young man from being harmed during a medical emergency and may have just saved his life. Early in the semester, a student in the dorm had a medical emergency, and the two custodians heard a noise from the room beside where they were cleaning. They immediately went to that room and found this student in distress. Both immediately removed any danger from the student's way, put him on his side though his breathing was not restricted, called 911, and got other help in the building. They stayed with that student until help arrived, and then they just returned to their jobs. This young man was transported to the hospital and is doing well. He will be re-enrolling this semester, and his family was very pleased how this was handled. I would like to recognize Karen Hubbard and Natasha Blake for their caring attitude and the difference they make every day on our campus, but on this day made a difference in this young man's life. I would be remiss not to mention how helpful and caring the students and the dorm staff that helped as this emergency unfolded. I would also like to give a big thank you to Alan Gardner, our operation manager, Melissa Pester, and Devin Spinks, our two resident hall directors, for their outstanding work with students and staff to make sure that our campus is as safe as possible. Their long hours of service have paid off with many fewer isolations, fewer quarantines, and fewer positives on this campus. Thank you for your outstanding work with our students and our staff. Now, as always, our faculty continue to do teaching, publishing, cutting-edge research, and presenting at national and international conferences. We certainly want to recognize our first ever Fulbright Scholar from the School of Engineering, Dr. Panta. Dr. Panta has been a mechanical engineering professor here at Tech since 2013. He is a NASA faculty fellow and an advisor to multiple student organizations and an investigator on a major NSF-funded project that I will talk about in a minute. Congratulations again to Dr. Panta. In the last few weeks, WVU Tech has landed more than $1.6 million in grant funding from the prestigious National Science Foundation. The first grant is for $650,000, and it will be used in a program designed to contribute to the national need so that we have well-educated scientists, mathematicians, engineers, and technicians by supporting the retention and graduation of high-achieving, low-income students which demonstrate financial needs here at WVU Tech. The project was taken by Dr. Hante Pulo, Provost Nast, Dr. Goodman, Dr. Panta, and Dr. Rye. The second award is in the amount of $1 million to Dr. Naz, Dr. Liu, and Gay Stewart, an Everly Professor of STEM education in WVU in Morgantown. This project will boost the access to computer science to middle school classrooms by educating teachers, principals, counselors, and students on computer science access and computer science careers. Dr. Yang in our civil engineering department has been assisting students with the planning of the popular ASE conference into a virtual event. This will connect students, faculty, alums, and community members to the experts from around the world. They have taken the opportunity of COVID to expand their reach to speakers, which will be great for all who attend. This conference will occur in November. This is just a few highlighted activities of our great faculty. There are too many publications, service activities, and conference activities to report. But we appreciate all the service and scholar activities, and especially their great teaching. Now, let's think about a minute about fundraising. This year at WVU Tech, we raised $1.3 million in funds from private corporations and donors. This is the largest financial year in development since WVU Tech joined the foundation. And I am very pleased to announce that in addition to that, WVU received a donation from the estate of Mary Lou Hudnall for an additional $400,000 to the chemistry department, which has already received $289,000 earlier this year from that estate. This $1.3 million does not include any grants and federal money. This is entirely built on the generous gifts of alumni and friends of WVU Tech. I'd also like to say thank you to our Alumni Association and our Board of Visitors. The Alumni Board this year has been led by Paul Maddox, and Ed Robinson is the chair of our Board of Visitors. Both boards have become more involved with activities on and off the campus. We appreciate their hard work and their contributions, and we look forward to even a greater involvement as we go forward. Now, let me talk about a minute of the great students on this campus. Wow, how great have they been? I said at the beginning of the year that our fate was really in their hands, and what great hands they are. They've come to class, they've studied, they've worked, they've socially distanced, and they followed any of the guidance that we've given them by our medical professionals. There was one group I'd like to just say a special thank you to, and that's our nursing students. They volunteered at the beginning of the semester to help with our testing. They came on very warm days, donned their full PPE clothing, and never wavered in helping, and in many cases, administering the tests for those 8 long hours for 3 days. Ladies and gentlemen, these young men and women will be the ones to help take care of us as we get older, as we get sick, and we are in great hands. I appreciate our student government and the organizations. They have contributed their work in this time of Zoom and continue to make positive impacts on our campus. As I've mentioned in the past campus conversations, we have formed a committee to help us recognize and find ways to make sure that all of our students, staff, and faculty feel safe and valued on this campus. We will continue those meetings on social justice and move forward with several suggestions as next semester begins. As you can see from these few examples, even under these difficult times, WVU Tech is again showing how to be a leader. But as I am sure you're aware, these difficult times are not going away tomorrow. Most experts say we still have several months to go before a vaccine and longer until the vaccine is readily available for the masses. One of the issues that all of us have faced is mentally accepting and adapting to this new way of life. I know this is hard. This has been hard for everyone, some more difficult than others. So I want you to know that we believe everybody has been affected. And I want everyone on this campus to know they are not alone. If you feel you need any kind of support, please let us know. It could be as little as you just want to have someone to take a walk with, or listen to your concerns, or listen to you complain, or it could be as serious as you're not thinking you want to go on. Please, please know you are not alone. We have professionals that are readily available to help. We also have our tech family that is ready to help in any way. You know, I have a back porch over there off the president's office in my home. If you need to talk, it's always available. Come rain, snow, sleet, or hail. Just remember that asking for help does not show weakness. It shows strength. We want everyone on this campus not only to be successful, to be healthy and happy. With that being said, I believe tech can continue to move forward. It can be a leader and to look to the future for great things. Just a few weeks ago, WVU announced a $25 million gift from Elise and Brad Smith for working remote and promoting outdoor recreation as one of the reasons to come live in West Virginia. The members of our Recreation Adventure Sports program have been working with them for about a year, and we know that Fayetteville, West Virginia, will be part of that great plan, and I am glad to announce that WVU Tech will be also. The announcement of the Hyperloop, the project in Tucker County, was exciting. WVU has been one of the major players in bringing the project forward to West Virginia. I know that our engineering program, biology and chemistry programs will be asked to work with the main campus to be a part of this amazing group. I know we've also talked about a new dorm. Because of several issues, not to mention this pandemic, that project had to be put on hold. But note I said put on hold, not canceled. I expect within the next 2 years, that project will move forward. As you know, athletics is a very important part of our school and our academic focus. Through the leadership of our athletic director, Kenny Howe, winning is important, but academics come first. Not only do we have the winningest athletic year last year ever in Tech's history, but we had high grade point averages and one of the highest graduation rates ever amongst our athletes. With those great strides, I will let you know that we have started an analysis what it would do to start a new athletic program. That program is football. It would bring us about 70 extra athletes and would move us through and as we move through that analysis, academics will continue to be our #1 concern. We have proven that you can be winners and high achieving students at the same time. And if we are able to bring football to campus, that same mindset will prevail. We have so many exciting adventures ahead of us here at Tech. Within the next few months, we will welcome 2 new deans and a new registrar. We have searches in process for new faculty, and these are signs that we're continuing to move forward. I want to say a special thanks to Dr. Stephen Brown. Dr. Brown has been at Tech over 48 years. Now, don't forget, he started at the age of 12. He has worked hard, made positive contributions, no matter whether it was a teaching, being a chair, or the last 20 years, the dean of BHSS. He is admired and loved on this campus. He is a prime example of an educator, a scholar, and a gentleman. He will be greatly missed, but we only wish him health, happiness, and a wonderful retirement. Thank you, Dr. Brown. As we look at our present situation, each person on this campus should be proud of how they have made a positive, constructive contribution to move us through these tough times. We have what I believe to be a bright future at Tech with some great things on the horizon. We know the next few months will continue to be trying. There is light at the end of this tunnel, and it isn't a train. Through the Golden Bear spirit of hard work, trust, patience, and kindness, we will come out of these times stronger, smarter, and better because we worked as a family. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you for everything you do and how you do it. I look forward to the next few years with West Virginia University Institute of Technology being the guiding light, the shining star, the educational example on how to come out of a pandemic and thrive as an institution. We are strong, we lead, we go first. We are so proud to be Golden Bears. Thank you. We are now going to meet with our wonderful Golden Bear homecoming court, and Emily Sands is going to introduce them. So. Don't want to forget her mask.
Thank you, President Long. I am privileged to introduce this year's homecoming court for you. We did change the criteria a little bit this year. This year's Mr. and Miss Golden Bear competition was decided by a variety of criteria. They were judged on their campus involvement, a vote by the student body, and an interview by members of the homecoming committee. And now to introduce the members of the 2020 homecoming court. We have Kaylee Boyd is a senior criminal justice major from Alderson, West Virginia, and is sponsored by the Criminal Justice Association. She is escorted by Mr. Golden Bear candidate Michael Ecker Randolph. Michael is a senior mechanical engineering major from St. Petersburg, Florida. Michael is sponsored by the Student Government Association. Brianna Murdoch is a senior nursing major from Glen Daniel, West Virginia. She is sponsored by the Student Nurses Association and is escorted by Mr. Golden Bear candidate Alex Fennell. Alex is a sophomore nursing major from Summersville, West Virginia. Alex is also sponsored by the Student Nurses Association. Shawnea Fenimore is a junior civil engineering major from South Charleston, West Virginia, and is sponsored by the Christian Student Union. She is escorted by Mr. Golden Bear candidate Nathan Morton. Nathan is a junior civil engineering major from Christiansburg, Virginia. Nathan is also sponsored by the Christian Student Union. Tia Harris is a senior forensics investigation major from Newark, Delaware, and she is sponsored by the Black Student Union and is escorted by Jasmine Mickey. We will now announce who our 2020 Mr. Golden Bear is. Our 2020 Mr. Golden Bear is Michael Ecker Randolph. And now our 2020 Miss Golden Bear is Tia Harris. I'd also like to announce the winner of our Campus Cup competition. We had a variety of teams from campus compete in a week-and-a-half long series of events. And the winners are the 50 Shades of Style. I will have a couple other announcements. Students, please come see us in the Van Meter Gymnasium at 2:30 to get your homecoming t-shirts. Please make sure that you bring your student ID with you. Other members of our campus community can order your homecoming t-shirts online at homecoming.wvutech.edu.
Jen's having a heart attack because I'm going to ad-lib this one. All right, guys, I want to thank all of you students again for what you do on campus and participate, and all of our students. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have one more campus meeting before we go home to talk about anything and questions you have, because we couldn't take questions today. So again, I thank you, and I am honored to be the president of this wonderful institution. Have a good day.